Right, Shalom, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Hakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Rural, and Shalom to Yakim pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth with sincerity. As always, I'd like to start by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, these are called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that do look like the other nations because Israel has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Jacob, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like, because Numbers chapter 1 verse 18 teaches us that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. Okay? So I've got a little article here that I thought I'd speak upon. I was just checking the news and I saw this article on BBC News. It says fireball dazzles in the sky in Japan. It says a dazzling fireball has been seen lighting up the skies across large areas of western Japan. The meteor was seen descending towards Earth for a few seconds before emitting a powerful light. Now they're saying it was a fireball and a meteor, but Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 3, I believe. Let me get it. This is like it's off by one verse. Start from Jeremiah 10 and 1. It says, Hear ye the word of Yahweh. So hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So I'm just going to say, I believe this is a chariot for his spirit. I'm going to play this video and we'll see what it plays. Alright, now the reason why I would say I believe this is a chariot is because if you notice in the article, nobody talks about, well, where did this thing hit? Where did it land? Nobody's saying that. First they're calling it a fireball, then Esau's calling it a meteor. Now, Esau is the master of deception, and the elites of Esau know about the chariots, just like the elect men of Israel know the chariots. So Esau's going to try and spin this whatever way he can in order to make it seem like, oh, this is just a regular occurrence, just a natural phenomenon. When this is anything natural, it's supernatural. Now, as I just read in Jeremiah, the 10th chapter in the 2nd verse, it said, Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Now let's look up what the word dismayed means. We need to get into our words more. There we go. The word dismayed means a verb, definition 1, to break down the courage of completely, as by sudden danger or trouble, disheartened, thoroughly daunt, which is a good breakdown because the chariots are terrible to the heathen because it's a curse unto them. It says to surprise in such manner as to disillusion. Disillusion, let's look up that word. To free from or deprive of illusion, belief, idealism. Freeing or being freed from illusion or conviction, disenchantment. Let's go back. Definition 3, to alarm, perturb. Definition 4, sudden or complete loss of courage, utter disheartenment, sudden disillusionment, agitation of mind, perturbation, alarm. Anyway, we know that the word dismayed means. It means not to be troubled by, essentially, because the heathen are going to be troubled by these things because they don't understand them. But us of the elect, we understand these things because the scriptures make it clear what these things are. Bear me a minute, Salakia. So, we know that the chariots are out there. Let's go to Zechariah 5:1. And then turned I and lifted up mine eyes. It's lucky I got notifications on. I should have turned them off. Never mind. It says Zechariah 5:1. Then turned I and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Then he answered me unto me and said, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. You know, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. So basically these chariots are entering into the house of the thief, which is the house of the wicked, because Esau is in control at the moment, and these chariots are entering in. So yeah, I want to get a precept if I can find it. Bear with me. Yeah, I found it. So I'm going to go to 1 Timothy 6:20. Because if you were being specific, you would call the thing what it is. If it's a fireball, okay, it's a fireball. If it's a meteor, okay, it's a meteor. If it's a meteor, where did it hit? Where did it land? You can see the thing was bright one moment and it disappeared the next. So let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. And this reads, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, and oppositions of science, falsely so called. Yeah? So we're supposed to avoid vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. We're supposed to stand on the scriptures, man. Now, there's another one I want to get. Let me think of what it is. Oh, shit. It's just gone out of my head. Bear me a second. 1 Timothy. Oh, that's it. I wanted Psalms 58 and 2. Yep. I want to get the point in verse 3. There's a bit more there. But I'm going to start from 1. Psalms 58 and 1. It says, to the chief musician, Alashath Mesham of David, do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do you judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in your heart you work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Here's the point. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like that deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of their young lions, O Yahweh. Let them melt away as the waters which run continually. When he bendeth the bow to shoot his arrows, let him be cut in pieces. You know, that's the point really there. The point is that this Esau man, Esau's just a carnal man. There's nothing spiritual about him. And anything that pertains to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Esau's going to try and explain away with false sciences, as 1 Timothy 6:20 states. You know, Esau's always trying to deny the existence of the Most High, and the sad thing is that a lot of the people are drinking his wine, drinking his false philosophy. So therefore, everything can be explained, and you know, there's no God. You can be as wicked as you want, and there's no repercussions, no consequences. It's just natural scientific phenomena that Esau can explain away, which is straight up bullshit, man. Straight up bullshit. And if you trust in Esau, you're damn fool. Salakia to say that, but with all the knowledge of the scriptures coming out and stuff, you can't afford to be ignorant in these times. Salakia, I shouldn't be calling people damn fools, but if you're willfully ignorant, it's on you, you know, because it's not like we're living in the 1970s or the 1980s or even the early 1990s where there was no access to easy information such as there is now in 2020. You know, the information's there. If you don't want to receive it, or if you can't receive it, it's because the Most High has not called you to receive it or not chosen you to receive it. So at the end of the day, can't be too angry at people because, you know, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? And also, you know, even when Yahweh Shah was on the cross, he did say, you know, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And that's towards our people, obviously, towards Israelites. For the rest of you heathen nations, and you, particularly you Edomites, well, you have to reap for what you've sown, you know, for the wickedness you've done unto the children of Israel. You have to reap the rewards of what you did. And that's going to be, for you Edomites, hardcore slavery for 1,000 years and extermination. And for the rest of you heathen, it's going to be slavery for 1,000 years. Hardcore bondage, you know, because you've raped, robbed, and destroyed and plundered the nation of Israel, tried to wipe us out from existence, pertaining to Psalms 83. But you know, Yahweh Shai is coming back soon to restore all things. And these chariot sightings are testimony to that fact, because Yahweh Shai is going to be coming back in the greatest of chariots. You know, the way we saw him going to heaven in Acts is the same way he's going to return in a great chariot to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, pertaining to Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. You know, the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night, you know. And a lot of these people are going to be caught sleeping when Yahweh Shai comes back. So with that, just a quick one, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wachachodash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone at Rulewell and Shalom, to you sincere Archie and pushing this word around the globe in faith and the truth with sincerity. Till the next lesson, Lord willing, say Shalom for now.